Hello travelers, welcome back or welcome to Traveling Beyond Boundaries. My name is Michelle and my daughter Emrys is wandering around here, so you might hear her, possibly see her. And I am a cruise addict, just saying. I'm also a travel agent, but whatever. I'm here today to tell you the 4 reasons why I absolutely love booking a cabin that's a lower deck. Emrys is going to start some background music with her little musical toy. So if you hear some random music, it's better than the bowl from my last video. So reason number 1, I love lower deck cabins is they tend to be a bit quieter. Not always true depending on where on the ship it is, but you tend not to be under the really loud venues. Of course, there are going to be some venues, but like say for instance your deck 2 and deck 2, 3, and 4 are just staterooms. You're not going to have that loud music coming in from, say, the promenade or from the pool deck. It just tends to be a bit quieter because you don't have all that noise going around. Mind you, you can have some more like mechanical noises, but for me, I don't want that like bass of I was going to say a silent disco, but that obviously doesn't work, of a disco happening above me in my cabin. Number 2, it tends to be less busy. Because lower decks tend to have nothing on them but the staterooms themselves, they tend to be less busy because people aren't coming and going to that deck in order to get to and from a different venue. Say for instance you're up on a main deck that has like the promenade, people are coming and going all the time to get from point A to point B. They might be cutting through the stateroom area to get to the aft or the forward of the ship where there's other activities going on. By being in a lower deck with nothing else really on it, it's a huge difference in terms of how busy it is. Talking about how busy it is, reason number 3 is the elevators. Oh, elevators, people. Elevators can get quite busy. We experienced this a lot when we were on Princess, and we were on deck 12. I've only sailed on deck 12 with Princess, and I have 3 cruises booked currently with Princess, and 2 of them are on deck 12. For those that don't know, I'm going off on a tangent, but deck 12 on Princess on their current ships is the Aloha deck. And when the elevator stops, it goes, Aloha, deck 12. And I mean, it does it for all the decks to go like, Dolphin, deck 8. But there's just something about that, the Aloha. Every time you get off the elevator, that's just magical. So I have this kind of small little fixation on always booking on the Aloha deck. So 2 of the cruises coming up were on the Aloha deck. And then the 3rd cruise, our 21-day Mediterranean, we're on deck 5, maybe. I'm not quite sure where we are. They don't have like deck names, but I think we're on deck 5 because our cabin number starts with a 5. So that's my guess, like 5,000. So I'm guessing they're kind of going the way like Royal and all the other ships kind of do, where they have like the deck number as the first number and then the stateroom number. But yeah, so we'll see. Royal, we're doing guaranteed staterooms. So my previous time we were on deck 2 with a guaranteed stateroom. I love that deck. Anyway, next cruise in July, we are on deck 7 because we booked a promenade view room. I'm not even talking about lower decks anymore. Let's get back to lower decks. Elevators. Difference of being on deck 12 and deck 2. So deck 12, when we needed an elevator to get back to our stateroom, or at the beginning of the day going up and down all over the place, elevators were busy. A lot of lines now, they're doing the smart elevators where you put in your location of where you want to go, and it will like send you an elevator that's specifically kind of going that way. I don't know how it works. I've seen it with, I think, Carnival or Celebrity or something like that. So some lines are starting to do that with their newer ships. I have not experienced that. So what I've experienced is first thing in the morning, I'm on deck 12 wanting to go to, say, deck 14. By the time the elevator goes from deck 2 all the way up to deck 12, it's full. And when it was just me and my brother or me and my friend traveling, it wasn't a big deal because we would, if we're just going to deck 14, we just take the stairs. And same with going down, we're just going from 14 to 12, we'll just take the stairs down. But with my daughter, she has mobility issues, which means I have to carry her up and down, plus have her stroller, which is her wheelchair, carry that around with us. So What I prefer is to have a lower deck, because when we were on our deck 2, it was wonderful. We were the first ones on that elevator, and we collected everyone as we went up. Mind you, coming down was a little bit different because you're on whatever deck, and you're kind of stuck with whatever you have. And the downside slightly is if you are okay taking the stairs, you might not want to go from deck 14 all the way down to deck 12. Going down, I have less issues with, and I'm probably more okay with carrying my daughter and the stroller down. But going up, there is no way I'm going all the way from deck 2 all the way up to 14, 15, 17. We are taking that elevator, so it's nice to kind of be on the main kind of thing. We'll see with this upcoming cruise, because we are on decks, or upcoming cruises, the next 2 in July and August, because we're on deck 7 and we're on deck 12. And so we'll see, because we're on the Oasis of the Seas and we're on the Crown Princess. So we'll see where we're at in terms of elevators and how busy they are. But usually I prefer to book a lower deck when possible, but I'm cheap. So 99% of the time, book a guaranteed stateroom. My fourth and final reason for enjoying booking a lower deck cabin is because of movement. I am not prone to seasickness, so this is coming from me not as a seasick person, but booking a lower deck, you are less prone to movement. So a lot less rocking up and down. Same reason, like if you are prone to seasickness, I recommend a low deck that is midship, because you are going to have a lot less movement in general, because you are like the center of the ship. Deck 2, for instance, or deck 3, it seems like it's a very low deck. But you got to remember, all the crew cabins are below you, and all the crew stuff is below you, and the maintenance stuff and stuff like that. So even though you're deck 2 or 3 or 4, you are not going to be below the water. You're just lower in the passenger area. So being lower, you're kind of the center of the ship, which means that everything's going to kind of move around you and not so much you. Like I said, I don't have issues with seasickness, so this isn't a problem for me. But if it is for you, highly recommend making sure you book one of those cabins that are lower in the middle. If you are choosing to book your own travel, keep that in mind. For cruise lines like Princess, it seems like the prices are the same whether or not you book your own cabin versus getting a guaranteed stateroom. If you are with Royal, though, there is a price difference. If they pick your room for you, you could be saving a lot of money. So depending on how seasick prone you are, you might want to pay the extra to make sure that you kind of get that lower cabin midship. For me, doesn't really matter. So with Royal, other than this upcoming cruise and one other cruise where I got an amazing deal on an Ocean View, the Ocean View was cheaper than an interior. Really? Booked it the first day they opened. That's how you save money, people. So if you want to, the rest of them are all guaranteed staterooms because they are the cheapest. With Princess, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure I picked staterooms for all our cruises. One, because I'm obsessed with the Aloha deck, and 2, because Princess does not charge extra. Now, if you aren't booking by yourself, if you're using a travel agent, make sure your travel agent either asks you the right question to know that you are seasick prone, or that you prefer what type of cabin you prefer. Or if you don't have a travel agent but would like a travel agent, I am a travel agent for Canada and US, travelingbeyondboundaries.com. You can check me out there. You can send me a quote inquiry. There are no fees to book through me, but I can get you the best cabin that I possibly can for what you would like. Anyway, there's my little plug, because I need to remember to actually tell you guys some things. So there are my 4 reasons why I love having a cabin in a lower deck. Let me know in the comments below. Do you tend to book higher because you like to be in the action? Do you tend to book lower because you like that quiet, more calm? Do you prefer to kind of be in the middle so you can go up or down and get on and off the ship or go wherever the venues are? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.